Hi Scorpio, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Welcome guys to your July 2017 month ahead reading. I wasn't on last month, I just showed you the cards. Sometimes, I mean, think about a breakfast show for example. Would you go on screen in your pyjamas if you were presenting something? No. You know, I love what I do. Let me remove my remote control out of the way. Absolutely adore what I do, running the YouTube channel, running the website as well. It's just, you know, if any of you guys want to go into running your own YouTube channel, doing tarot, I highly recommend it. It's great fun. You can be as creative as you want, learning different spreads. You're always learning as a tarot reader. But sometimes when you do when you talk to the camera like I do, you just want a bit of a break, just to sit down in your gym jams or something and just really go through the cards. Because, you know, my YouTube channel is also dependent on my reputation and how I present myself and the quality of the video, you know, how you see me, you know, the quality, is it clear? Can you see what's going on around me? Can you see the environment that I work in, that I live in? It's all of those little things that's important when you're doing videos. Some people don't show themselves, some people do. I'm one of those ones that does. But I also recognise that a lot of people like the idea of having, seeing the cards as well. So I'm well aware of that as well. So what I've decided to do is introduce the videos, probably do a bit of an outro as well. But the middle section is the most important, and that is showing you cards. It's important for me to show myself on the videos because I'm the one that you're looking at. You need to look in my eyes, see the sincerity, the honesty, the genuineness of who I am. And that's that. But we're going to, from now on, I'll introduce the video, possibly an outro, and then we'll get down, you know, in the middle section, we'll just show you the cards. The other thing to say is you've got those new week ahead advice readings. I hope it's benefited some of you guys. And also you'll get a secondary reading every single month as well, alongside your general, all right? The secondary one is coming up. It's called the Storyteller Triple Cross. I named it that myself. Triple Crosses have been around for ages. You can read about them in books and stuff. I learned how to do triple crosses from a lady named Evening Star. She's a fantastic tarot reader, just wonderful. Don't think she's doing anything at the minute. I think she was ill. I pray to God that that lady gets better, because I used to go to her for my own personal readings before I started reading tarot on YouTube, and she was phenomenal. Love that woman. So sweet, lovely tarot reader. One of the best going. So if you're watching Evening Star, you're probably not watching little old me, but you are phenomenal, and I really wish you the best, and I hope you get better, because the world needs Evening Star. So let's get into your reading then. We're going to see what's coming up for Scorpio in the month of July 2017. Universe Spirit, what's coming in for Scorpio? I'm just concentrating on Scorpio. Just show me Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of July 2017. What's coming in for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of July 2017. Show me. Right, so we've shuffled the cards. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to hone down on the deck, and you'll see me split it and lay the cards out. So see you guys a little bit later. So as you can see guys, this is what's just been shuffled. We're going to split this deck randomly into 3, left to right, as I always do. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to collect the cards back up like so. And then we're going to start laying them out. Right, 3 of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. The High Priestess. So I think that the root issue is something isn't happening here. High Priestess, when this card shows up, often references where there is a time of inaction, because it's a passive card. So it might be also, the High Priestess is a card about relying on one's intuition. It's also a card that speaks about waiting before you act until you find greater clarity. So it could be that there's been a passive time for Scorpio, or Scorpio is really sitting in their strong intuition, and that's what's leading to the focus for the month. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is all about looking to the future. It's all about launching new ships. You can do 2 things with this 3 of Wands as an act. Well, 3 things as an action. No, 2 things, sorry, as an action. You can either start to launch something new, because remember, 3s represent new beginnings within the tarot. So they are guided by the Empress. The Empress is the major card that rules the 3s. And Empress represents prosperity, fertility, abundance, growth, nurture. So that card will show up when you're starting, for example, a new business, or you're nurturing a business, or you're creatively expressing yourself, or you're buying something new. She's often somebody who goes out and likes to treat herself. She likes to work on her outer beauty more than anything else. So because it's a number 3, it might be for some of you guys you are launching something new. This card can also mean patience, so the need to wait until your ships to come in. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're waiting for something. It might be that you're still waiting for it. The focus is waiting for something to come in. Maybe you've been waiting for a long time with this High Priestess. Maybe something's been quite passive and you're still waiting for ships to come in. I hope that's not the case, because that would be a shame to wait for something to come in. A lot of readers will read this and say, well, your ships are coming in, and they may do with the 3 of Wands. But I find that that's just a kind of like an overly simplistic thing sometimes with this 3 of Wands, saying that your ships have come in. I think this is, because we can see on the card this person is looking out to sea. The ships aren't anywhere near this individual here, so this is a process really. So some of you guys, you either might be launching something or you're waiting maybe for something to come in. Let's have a look what comes after that High Priestess. Well, you've got this 2 of Swords, and I don't really, I think that you might be waiting for something here, or if it's your intuition or if you're waiting, because both cards can represent to wait, you see, this and this. This card isn't just about making a decision. If you are waiting for something here, the root issue is you've been waiting for something, Scorpio. You might have come to a decision here, and that decision might be with the 3 of Wands. Well, I'm not going to wait in a while. I'm probably just going to launch something new. It might be with this High Priestess, you've relied on your intuition. Maybe the 2 of Swords is telling us that you're very focused on whatever this intuitive strength is that you're feeling within the month of July 2017. Your challenge might be finances, or something to do with secure finances, or something to do with a family issue, because the 10 of Pentacles shows up. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, never get it twisted with tarot. Doesn't just mean because you've got a 10 of Cups it's to do with a family. Families like blood family, or family you've grown up with. Families are also work people, colleagues, people that you're around, feeling joy around different people. It can reference many things. This might be something to do with work. It might be something to do with your finances that are challenging you in the month of July 2017. Remember, you've got, we're going to come to this card here in a moment, but this could be the case here. Let's have a look at what the best case scenario is. Well, it's brilliant. Things are looking really good for you. You've got the Sun. Okay, so whatever it is that you're waiting for, the best case scenario with the Sun, it should be arriving to you, because you've got the Sun as the best case scenario as a result of this here. Remember, the way that I do tarot, and the Celtic cross that I do isn't too different from the Celtic cross that a lot of people do, but I've modified mine over the years since I've been doing tarot, and it works for me doing it like this. We have areas that lead, that form a story, that interact with one another. So here the root issue is possibly for some of you guys waiting for something passively, patiently. The High Priestess also represents a need to be patient as well. Not to jump out of your pram, not to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but just to say whatever will be, will be. Okay, as a result of that, maybe there's been a time to self-focus with the 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords isn't just making choices, it's also being very self-focused in an area of your life. This could also be with the High Priestess, you've been waiting. Maybe you're not waiting anymore. There's a decision that needs to be made, because you might be challenged financially, you might be challenged by a work situation, a family situation, and the 3 of Wands there. 3 of Wands, all threes for me are about changes as well. So the 3 of Wands says, actually, I'm going to look to a new path. I'm going to start launching or doing something new. As a result of this, you have the Sun. Whatever it is that you're going to be doing, your focus is on for the month of July, it's going to end up positively. The first few weeks are saying that this is good because you've got the Sun. Wherever you get the Sun, be careful with tarot. If you get Sun and the 2 of Swords together, this person might be focused on their own ego, for example. Okay, so be careful with that Sun. But usually in the main, this is a very positive card. The next few weeks coming in, July, latter stage of July, you've got many choices probably that you're going to need to make, because you've got the 7 of Cups here. Now, if you're launching, if the focus is on launching, so when you get the 3 of Wands, it's not that everything arrives all at once. There is a period of due diligence, there is a period of waiting, but all the way through with that 3 of Wands, when you're launching something, the necessity with this 3 of Wands is to be active with it, because Wands represent action. So the activity with the 3 of Wands will require that Scorpio remains active with this 3 of Wands energy, in which the best case scenario, it's above your head. So this can also be the crowning area, and the crowning area will say, well, I'm looking at this thing being quite successful, whatever it is that you might be launching here. There are lots of choices for you to make though. 7 of Cups can represent temptation, illusion, daydreaming, fantasy, but also the need to make choices. It can also mean that there's an object for your desire. You guys, well, you're the Hermit, and that makes sense to me because you're going through a spiritual awakening, probably with this Hermit energy. You're going through a spiritual transformation, but the Hermit isn't just about spiritual transformation, it's about transformation per se, Scorpio. So the Hermit will show up where we are investigating. Some people will say that the Hermit is withdrawing. Now, the way that I explain the Hermit is, yes, you can withdraw, but you're withdrawing not from others, but more into your own headspace. Because what you're trying to do is find the light in a situation. You're trying to find the answers, the solutions, which is why this is a natural investigator. Sometimes you get a Hermit showing up in a reading, it can show a lawyer or sort of private detective or something like that. So the Hermit is all about seeking the truth, seeking the honesty in a situation, seeking a solution, seeking an answer. Because I think you guys are seeking an answer because you've been waiting. Because I think if you were tapping in, the root issue was tapping into your intuition, which it can be here. The root issue is tapping intuition. But when I do my readings, I look at distant past, recent past, really. But I read these two cards kind of together. So when I look at a distant past or recent past positions, really this is what's been going on for a while, and it's kind of going into, it's the energies that are taking place. What's underpinning, this is the card that underpins everything, it's at the bottom. Alright, so I feel that you guys are the Hermit, and you're going through a time of some form of transformation. You're also going through a time where you're needing to seek some form of an answer here. The root issue, what's the problem? Well, this is the problem here. It's the High Priestess. I think you've been passively waiting for something here. Okay, something that you've needed to make a decision on, with the Two of Swords maybe showing up here. Something also that you might have been very, very self-focused on. Alright, so when you get the Two of Swords, sometimes this shows somebody who has a one-track mind. Somebody who only sees something in one way. You can see the swords are crossing this person's heart, which means that they're paying attention to their logic, but they're also paying attention to how others see them. They can only see things in, well, not so much how, it just depends. You get, as I've said, if you get the Sun with the Two of Swords, this person is very focused on their own image. Okay? Usually it's an ego-driven thing, though. So for some of you guys, you're going through a time of introspection, the Hermit. This is you guys in July. The problem, and this is the root issue, what's your concern? What are you going through an introspection on? Well, it's something that you've been waiting for. High Priestess is very passive. Something's been very quiet over a period of time for you guys here. Possibly there's been the need to make a decision on this. Could be that you're challenged. It could be money. Ten of Pentacles is finances. It could be the home. Ten of Pentacles is also home. Ten of Pentacles can be a workplace situation, environment. Ten of Pentacles can be your security. Okay, Ten of Pentacles can be a relationship. It can be all of those things. And I feel as a result of that, because this is what's influencing you guys focusing on this for the month. Alright, I think that there is a need to start something new. Because this is the challenge, and there is a need to find a way to overcome the challenge. Usually when people come for readings, this will be the reason, this will be the position that they're coming for a reading, and this one as well. The root issue and what the challenge is. So both, I usually find with readings, these are both of the areas that show why a client is coming for a reading. Okay, so something's passive, needing to make a decision, because I think that you're challenged by money, could be family matters, could be the home, for example, Ten of Pentacles. It could be that you've had enough of something. Sometimes when you get the Ten of Pentacles, this is, remember when you get tens, you're at that point where you're at the greatest pertaining to what that suit is. So sometimes you can have more than enough with the Ten of Pentacles, and maybe there's a need to do something else now. Maybe your cup is completely filled. It's not a cup card, but we could just use the analogy of the cup being completely filled with that Ten of Pentacles. Now it's time to do something else, maybe with the Three of Wands. Because I think you're looking to launch. I don't think you're patiently waiting. I think that you're looking to launch something here with this Three of Wands, in which your crowning thoughts, or the best case scenario, if this is going to be very positive, you've got the Sun. There will be choices that you guys will possibly need to make. What you're going to experience coming in, well, the Devil. Now, this could represent restrictions. Could be a Capricorn person, or restrictions, or it could be temptation. It could be, when you get the Devil card, I often find that we are the people here, and the Devil is the elephant in the room, or the Devil is the person causing the problems. Because you've got choices that you're needing to make here. Now, you're going to experience this Devil. This could be a restriction on you going for something here, because you're being held back by chains. But the thing with the devil is you can release yourself from that energy if you want to. It's either your fears or you're letting other people empower you. All right, this isn't you standing in your power, Scorpio, I don't think. I think this is somebody else or a situation or a system or whatever it is that seems to be standing in your way here. Your hopes will be, the Four of Wands, well, there you go, to have initial success in whatever this thing is that you're going for. And the outcome shows as the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune shows change, and I think it's good that it comes after the Devil. The Wheel of Fortune, in its kind of basic interpretation, is that it's a neutral card. It can turn for good or bad. So this could say, well, you've got options, choices that you need to make here. And you might find that with the Devil card, it might be that of one of these choices you're tempted to do something with the Devil. But that would have to be of a very superficial nature, because for me the Devil card is a superficial card. Whatever choice is made with this Seven of Cups, it leads to the experience being the Devil. Alright? So it might be for some of you guys, you make a choice. It might be that there's something you don't want to do, but it's going to lead to some fortunate change at the end of the day. Because the Devil can also be, well, I'm going to experience this. Devil, something that I don't like, one of my biggest fears maybe. It could be that you experience a limitation with the Devil card. Devils also speak, certain cards in the tarot that speak of limitations are things like the Eight of Swords. The Devil card is another one that speaks of a limitation showing up. So Hangman can sometimes speak of limitation, dependent on how you see that or where it's placed in a reading. But I think there are choices to be made. What you experience as the Devil, it might be your fears, it might be external restrictions, it might be something you don't like. But it's leading to some form of a change here, maybe with the Wheel of Fortune. Or if this is a restriction, it might be that with the overall outcome is, well, it's out of your hands. Things can go either way and you don't really have any control over that. Because this is the card that represents that changes come in as a result of the universal interference. Usually for me the Wheel of Fortune is what the universe brings in and not necessarily what the client does. Let's have a look at how we can open up this reading and see what this Hermit is about. Now we're going to get 3 cards on each area. Okay, we're going to look at 3 cards for each other area to open up the reading. So we're going to open up this up and see what changes, or if you can give us greater clarity. Let's see why you guys are the Hermit in 3 cards. Why is Scorpio the Hermit in July in 3 cards? Show me. Well, the Ten of Swords. So I think that you've come to the end of a very painful cycle within a situation. It could be that you've come to the end of a painful cycle within work, because you've got the Eight of Pentacles and you've got the Four of Swords showing up here. So it might be that you've come to the ending of a cycle, Ten of Swords. Could be within a working matter, maybe with the Eight of Pentacles, in which there is a need now to contemplate doing something else, because you've got the Four of Swords. If you guys run a business and it's been going quiet or there's not been much coming in, it might be that work has gone silent maybe. Remember, I do the keywords, looking at the keywords together. The Four of Swords means silence or a break. It might be a work break, because you've got Eight of Pentacles, which represents work, but there is a need to take a break or maybe a pause with that Four of Swords, because this is the active card. Usually it's funny because swords are active energy and this is passive, but with the Eight of Pentacles it's a very active energy, funnily enough, for a pentacle card. Pentacles represent passive nature, but this isn't passive. Eight of Pentacles is remember, pentacles are the experiences that you go through. It's the hard work and the hard effort that you put into something. This is literally working hard towards a goal. So it might be that you haven't achieved a goal, something like that. Might be that you've come to the painful ending of a cycle concerning the work that you do, or concerning a project that you've been working on with the Eight of Pentacles, and there is the need now for rest. It could be that some of you guys have been working really, really hard. Hermits can also be people that go on holiday or take a break from a situation. So some of you guys, it might be that you've taken a break, because we've got the Three of Wands. Three of Wands can also be going on holiday, waiting for a ship to come or a plane or something like that, because you're going abroad. So it could easily be that, you know, you come to the ending of a cycle. Possibly it's been quite exhausting. It might be that there was an exhausting project, it's over, and now there's time for rest with this Four of Swords, and that's why you're the Hermit. Maybe you're going somewhere, maybe you're travelling somewhere else, you're taking some time out for yourself. But for some of you guys, it could be that you're going through a time of introspection with this Hermit energy, and that's because there's been the ending of a cycle. It could be within a project, need time to rest or to contemplate where you go from here. Well, let's have a look why the root issue is the High Priestess for some of you guys. Why is the root issue the High Priestess for Scorpio in the month of July 2017? Why is the root issue the High Priestess for Scorpio in the month of July? Show me. Well, new opportunities show up with the Ace of Cups, or something fresh, or something that is offered that is new. There seems to be some conflict around this with the Five of Wands. Let me think about that connection showing up there. Well, you know, we've got the Ace of Cups showing up here, and the Ace of Cups represents new. Any ace represents something that is new. Usually the Ace of Cups would represent a new relationship or new love, okay? Could be for some of you guys that the root issue for the month is, you know, I don't want to turn every reading into a love reading, that's the thing. But this is a love card, and with the Five of Wands, it could be that there was a relationship here. Maybe there was some conflict around that. Was somebody being deceptive with the Seven of Swords? And is that why the root issue is the High Priestess? If you guys been taking time out from a situation in which there is a relationship going through some form of conflictive energy with this Five of Wands, could be about a deception. Maybe there is a need also to escape, because the Seven of Swords speaks about an escape. It's not always deception. Sometimes this is an escape because one needs to be cautious, or one needs to plan for the future with this Seven of Swords. So it might be that the root issue is you guys are taking a bit of time out here with this High Priestess. You're not willing to make any type of moves, okay? Could be because usually this is a new start, a fresh beginning. It could be, I think, because the Ace of Cups faces out of this Five of Wands. I mean, if it faced into it, I would probably say that something was being offered to cool this, but it's riding out of it, all right? I think that you guys are possibly the reason why the root issue, sorry, I've got a piece of my long hair stuck on the cards. I think the reason why, and I always look at the tarot interactions and where the cards are facing. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups facing out of that Five of Wands. So I think that you guys are looking to offer maybe your love, your dedication, your care, your help, whatever the case might be, outside of a situation that might have been quite conflictive with this Five of Wands. Possibly as a need to escape something here. The Seven of Swords I'm seeing running away from maybe this Five of Wands energy showing up here. So I feel that there was a conflictive situation here. I think that both cards on either side shows them both turning their back on this thing. Okay, so both cards for me are about turning your back on a conflictive situation. And I think the root issue is that you guys have been actually feeding into your intuition. I don't think that this is waiting anymore. I think this is being intuitive. Because I think that there was, it could be a relationship, possibly there was some conflict around that with the Five of Wands, and now there is the need to kind of escape that with the Seven of Swords for Scorpio. And that's why you're paying, the root issue is paying attention to your intuition. Because here I feel that Scorpio, you are going through a transformational stage with the Hermit energy. It looks like it was around a situation here with the Ten of Swords. Maybe there was a, you know, the ending of a project, the need to take some time out. Remember the Four of Swords, the word for Four of Swords in terms of a key word is to take some time out, is to rest. So rest from hard work. It could be the ending of a project, the need for rest here. So you guys are going through some form of, and I think because of that, you're going through a kind of a new stage with this Hermit card. The root issue is that you're feeding into your intuition here, that perhaps it would be better to offer your care and your love in another direction, away from a conflictive situation that perhaps you're looking to escape. And I think that your intuition is telling you that you need to do this in the month of July 2017. I think that we'll get the Two of Swords and what's going on around that. Why have we got the Two of Swords for Scorpio as a result of this High Priestess? Why do we have the Two of Swords for Scorpio as a result of the High Priestess in 3 cards, please? Well, the Seven of Wands shows up here. I think you're determined to make a fresh start. So I feel that, you know, as a result of this intuition with the Two of Swords, I wouldn't say this is a decision. I'd say that you're very self-focused with this Two of Swords. And that's because I think that you're determined. Now, the Seven of Wands doesn't always have to mean a struggle or a fight. It can also say stay determined. Even in the midst of battle and struggles and fight, you must stay determined. It could be to make a fresh start with that Six of Swords. That will bring happiness with the Nine of Cups. Okay, let's go back through the reading again. I feel for Scorpio in July 2017, you guys are going through an introspective stage with this Hermit energy. The reason for that in these three cards for me is saying that there is an end, possibly to a very much a Eight of Pentacles is not a difficult card. It's enter a project, or it's enter something that you've put a lot of hard work and focus into. And now it's time for you guys to take a rest on it, I feel, with this Four of Swords. Possibly take some time out. Remember, when you get the Four of Swords, the whole point of the Four of Swords is that there is a sword at the edge here, on the end of this guy's bed. And the reason that that sword is at the end of his bed is he's not ready to get up and fight anymore. He's sort of taking time out. He's taking a rest on a situation. So I think that, you know, we've got something that you were working hard towards, but you're taking a rest from that. And I feel that with the Ten of Swords, for some of you guys, it's coming to the ending of a phase here, where something you've put your effort into, there's need to rest on that now. There's need to kind of put that to bed for a little bit. And that's why you're going through an introspective stage in July, possibly thinking, well, where to next? Because I think this is your intuition. And your intuition is telling you, Scorpio, that, you know, a situation with this Ace of Cups, you need to kind of look in a new direction in terms of what you're giving your power to, emotionally wise. Because I think there's a conflictive situation here. Could be internally, it could be externally, that you guys have been looking to escape, maybe with this Seven of Swords. I think that you've been very self-focused in doing this, because I think you're determined for a fresh start that's going to make you feel happy with this Nine of Cups. Your challenge is the Ten of Pentacles. Let's have a look at why this challenge is the Ten of Pentacles for Scorpio. Why is the challenge the Ten of Pentacles for Scorpio in the month of July 2017? Why is the challenge the Ten of Pentacles for Scorpio in the month of July 2017? Show me. Well, it could be to do with a person. Emperors usually show very strong, authoritative individuals. Might be a relationship with an authority figure for some of you guys. It might be your partner. Emperors, if you're a woman, Emperors usually represent strong men in your life. Well, you're doing a lot of evaluation around that. So I feel that the challenge, it might be a family situation. It could be a working situation. Oh, cards are going all over the place. But I do feel that the challenge is the Ten of Pentacles, because there's a person around you, or it could be an establishment that you work in. You might have a good relationship with that establishment, or you might have some form of a relationship or agreement with that. Especially if it's a work situation, you might have an agreement with this Emperor, but some of you guys might be reconsidering that, because you've got the Seven of Pentacles, and Seven of Pentacles often means to evaluate your position. Do I put more energy into this, or do I put my energy somewhere else? Could be a relationship for some of you guys. Emperors represent strong, very authoritative, very domineering individuals. It might be that you're in a relationship with this person and you're considering, you know, is this something that I really want with the Seven of Pentacles? Which is why in the centre of the reading, you're doing the Three of Wands. Let's have a look at why your focus for the month is the Three of Wands. Why is the focus for the month for Scorpio the Three of Wands? Why is the focus for the month of July for Scorpio the Three of Wands, showing me in three cards? Well, I think that you've made a decision here with justice, based on a clear perception with the Queen of Swords. There we go. That tried flipping out before, and I put it back in, because whenever a card flips out, Scorpio, I always put it back in, and that come out again. Because the way that I was taught tarot is, if a card jumps out, look at it, take a note of it, but put it back in, because the universe is organising the deck for you. Okay, so you don't take it out until the universe tells you can take it out. So there we go. You've made a decision. This has come through very clear perception with that Queen of Swords, that you want to start something new with the Magician energy. So it could be the ending of some form of relationship. I'm not saying it's love, but it'll be the ending maybe, or some form of change in a relationship that you've got with a person, an establishment, a family member, whoever this person might be. Let's put these out again. And why is the best case scenario for the month of July the Sun for Scorpio? Why is the best case scenario in the first couple of weeks for Scorpio the Sun in three cards from the top of the deck? Show me. Well, Four of Pentacles represents stability and security. It also recognises the need to be cautious. This can also say that you're very possessive and you're very, very cautious with what you have. Four of Pentacles also recognises the need to protect oneself. But you got 2 4s there, and both cards, both number 4s represent the need to be very cautious here. Might be that some of you guys are very cautious about a relationship. You do have this Lovers here. The 4 of Cups says, you know, there's a stagnancy here. There is the need to contemplate maybe a relationship. Maybe the best case scenario is the Sun. You're doing something very positive for yourself because you need to protect yourself with this 4 of Pentacles. It could be because you're not certain with that 4 of Cups about a relationship, whether that's love, whether that's work, whatever it is with the Lovers. So sometimes this 4 of Pentacles says the need to hold back maybe. 4 of Pentacles can also be to hold back, to protect yourself. Not certain maybe with the 4 of Cups over a relationship, whether that's love or anything else with this Lovers energy. The immediate future for Scorpio in July shows the 7 of Cups. Let's have a look at why the immediate future shows. So it's sort of going into the latter stages of July, the 7 of Cups. Why does the latter stages of July for Scorpio show the 7 of Cups? Show me. Well, Queen of Cups is the need to be compassionate, but this is you. So when you're a Queen of Cups, you are, you got choices here with the 7 of Cups, but this can also be where one is looking at fantasy. Let's have a look at the other cards that come up with this and the world. I think that your emotional introspection will bring a natural conclusion for you with this World card here, in which there's great happiness with that 10 of Cups. The world means great success, but it also means being able to look at a situation from a higher perspective, okay? Also, I think that because this represents you as well, Scorpio, we know that as Scorpios we can have, we can be very intuitive. So in the ways of the High Priestess, they're very similar in their intuitive abilities. So it might be that your intuition brings you to a great conclusion or brings you to some satisfactory conclusion here, maybe in terms of a relationship with this 10 of Cups energy. And that's why you're going to be making some important choices here based on your intuitive abilities that are going to bring a natural conclusion or a natural choice, I would say, maybe with this World card in terms of a relationship with the 10 of Cups. Now, the World and the 10 of Cups is great together because it talks about the greatest relationship, but we're looking at a card that precedes this and we're looking at the reason for those choices. It could be that what you experience is the need to make choices. Well, why do you need to make choices? Well, you need to make it because maybe some of you guys are still emotionally invested in there still being some great success around a relationship, because this is the card of success and this is the card of happy relationships. So it might be that the choices are actually based on that instead of the prior thing that I told you. I think that you have choices to make, and the reason that you've got choices to make here is because you're still invested in the success of a relationship, whether it be love, work, whatever the case might be. Let's have a look at why you'll experience the devil. Why will Scorpio experience the devil? Why will Scorpio experience the devil coming in? Show me. Oh, because of the Tower. Let's have a look. Tower. Oh my God. Tower and Death. There's a finality to a situation here. And but it's good because it's followed by the Ace of Pentacles. Usually when I see death, I think that there is something that falls apart here, and it is definitely over, but it leads maybe to a new opportunity. But you've got the devil here. But I think that this is more temptation now, because we couldn't say it's your fears. You'll experience fears. It could be that you experience fear, because there is something here that falls apart, I feel. And I think it's final for some of you guys. Tower and Death. When you get Tower and Death, if I were to get Death and Tower, it would be kind of different, because you'd have the ending of a cycle here. With the Tower, not so good actually, I feel, because I think that there's more to come in a way with this Tower energy. I think if we get the Tower and the Death, it's over and it's done with whatever this thing is. But I feel with the Ace of Pentacles, this is kind of the ability to start building something new, to start building a new foundation with the Ace of Pentacles. You've got something that breaks down here and it is over, but there is the ability for you to start building a new foundation. But it could be work two ways. It could either mean with the Devil card, maybe you'll experience temptation because something is over and there is the need now to start building a new foundation. It could be with this Devil card that you are fearing something here, because there is the finality to a situation and the need to build a new foundation for you guys, and it might be something that you don't particularly want to do. Your hopes will be the Four of Wands. Let's get why you've got the hopes as the Four of Wands. It's got to be a hope and not a fear. It must be a hope. So, because it's a good card. So why is Scorpio's hopes the Four of Wands in the month of July 2017? Show me. Well, the Queen of Wands, strength. Well, the strength to walk away. So I feel that this is, you know, your hopes will be that everything turns out really well with this Four of Wands. Because, you know, and if this does involve another individual for some of you guys, it could be an Aries, Sagittarius or Leo person, or it's just another person. Maybe for some of you guys this is a relationship thing. It could be. Alright, we do have that Queen of Wands there. It can still be Scorpio as the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands simply means being very self-aware, that you need, this is what she does. Okay, as somebody who is positive within the tarot, this woman would be a really good advisor in terms of helping you to recognise your own self-value. This is what she does. If this is another person, then this would possibly be a fire sign, or it's simply just another individual. This person also helps us with our own spiritual awareness when you get this Queen of Wands, because she is a, you know, a tarot reader and she's a psychic. She's got the black cat there. Alright, but I feel that if this is we'll read it in two ways, okay? I think that if this reading is based on a relationship that's falling apart, it could be your hopes are that you and your partner stay together, for example, Four of Wands. Because that could be based on maybe the partner is seeing someone called the Queen of Wands, and that partner will have the strength to walk away from that individual. If it's not another individual that this is about, then this will be that you'll be self-aware enough with this Queen of Wands. You'll be able to take charge. You'll be confident enough with this Queen of Wands. In order for, you'll be confident enough, you'll have the inner confidence with the Strength card to leave something behind that is no longer serving you, Scorpio. And the outcome for the month of July for Scorpio is the Wheel of Fortune. Let's have a look at why the Wheel of Fortune is the outcome. In three cards, show me why the Wheel of Fortune is the outcome for Scorpio. Why is the Wheel of Fortune the outcome for Scorpio in the month of July 2017? Show me. Well, it's good. Starts off with the Three of Cups. Three of Cups starts off saying things are ending very well. For the month of July, there's agreements, there's happiness, there's celebration. Could be over some news with the Eight of Wands energy. That possibly makes you feel a lot more relaxed, because I can't read this as stagnation. We've got too many good cards. We've got Three of Cups, celebration, partnership, agreement. Could be to do with something to do with news, because the Eight of Wands is news that comes in, its communication. And I would say that this makes you feel more, it could be news from a hanged man, someone you haven't heard from in a while. It could be news that makes you feel more relaxed. Hangman isn't just about things being on hold or limitations, it's also when you're feeling really relaxed about a situation. News that makes you feel more relaxed. Let's go through the reading again, and we're going to put it all together now, okay? Let me just separate out the cards so that it's neater, because it's not looking particularly neat on the desk here at the minute, just so you guys can see things a little bit better. Let's move these cards upwards here, so you can see what's going on. Right, so Scorpio, for the month of July 2017, let's just try and get the cards down a little bit here, so that you can actually really see what's going on. Okay, so for the month of July 2017, you guys are the Hermit. Let's get all these cards together. So you're the Hermit. You might be going through a time of introspection here, a time where you're needing to not withdraw from others necessarily, but just go into yourself, possibly do a lot of kind of inner evaluation, outer evaluation of a situation here. Could be because there's been an ending to a project, and now there is a time to take some time out, maybe with the Four of Swords, contemplate where you go from here. So could be for some of you guys, if you're doing any contract work, it might come to an end. It might be that there's an ending of something you've put a lot of effort and hard work into, and now there is the need to kind of rest and evaluate where you go to next. The root issue is that you guys are feeling highly intuitive, I feel, with this High Priestess showing up, and that's because I feel that you're directing your emotional value into another area. I think that you're moving away from a very conflictive situation Possibly it could be with an air sign, or it could be with somebody who's been quite destructive, maybe somebody who's been quite deceptive. So I think that you're channeling your love, your psyche, because this is, cups represent the psyche, and to be quite psychic. So it might be that you feel psychically driven maybe with this Ace of Cups, or spiritually led to direct your energies in another direction. Could be because there's been a conflicting situation, possibly with a deceiver. It could be that you're directing your energies, your emotional energies especially, in another direction. It could be because there's been some conflict and there's now the need to escape. Because I think that you guys are very, very self-focused. You're putting yourself first, I would say, with this Two of Swords here. And that's because you're determined. And I think this is to leave a situation behind in order to achieve some great happiness for yourself. Nine of Cups. For some of you guys, it might be that you're very determined to move towards something that's more emotionally fulfilling with the Nine of Cups energy. Because your challenge for the month, Scorpio, will be possibly a work situation, a family situation here, I would say. Money could be as well. Seems that there's a person, an Emperor. Could be an establishment that you work for, it's a work situation. Could be if it's a relationship situation, maybe this is a very authoritative, very domineering individual. That you might be in, if it's work, you might have an agreement with this establishment, but you might be reconsidering that. Or it might be being reconsidered, for example. It might be that there is a person around you, very strong individual around you, has a very strong presence. You might have some form of a relationship with this person, but there is the need to reconsider this with the Seven of Pentacles. Which is why in the centre of the reading, you guys are focused on launching something new. This is not waiting. You're not waiting in July. You're looking to launch new things. You're launching something new, turning your back on something here. If it's a relationship, some of you guys might be looking to, often I see this as turning your back on a relationship, starting something new. We've got a third one, that this third idea, another idea that somebody's got. So it might be launching new ideas, and that could be because you've made your mind up. Justice. It comes from clear perception with this Queen of Swords, to start creating and putting your intentions into something else here with the Magician energy. The best case scenario for you guys, I feel, in the month of July 2017 will be that things are going to turn out well for you. You do have that Sun card here, and that's because you're focusing on yourself again. Possibly some of you guys aren't happy in some form of a relationship that you have with this Lover's energy here, in which what you'll experience the latter stages of July are choices that will need to be made, and this will based on your be based on your emotional introspection, your intuition, but it could also be that there are choices to be made, because it could be with this Queen of Cups, you're still very emotionally invested. You might still, with that emotional investment, believe that there can still be great success within this relationship, the Ten of Cups. Whatever that relationship is. And I think that this is why the Devil kind of comes in, because I think that some of you guys are still emotionally invested in something here. This is how I would read it, because the Queen of Cups is about being emotionally invested. Remember, she's an empath, she's sympathetic, she's compassionate, she's also a victim. That's the problem with the Queen of Cups. In her more negative aspects, she can be quite a victim, and she could also be quite depressed. And I think that there could be something that I think that you have the greatest of intentions here showing up, you know. Here we see you're being quite intelligent around the situation here. Here we see that your intuition is kicking off. You are quite determined in this position here. You recognise the challenge is something, I feel, is not working here, because you're doing a lot of evaluation over some form of a relationship here. I'm not saying it's love, it could be anything for you. And I feel that that's why in the present, for the whole month, you are looking to launch new ships, launch new desires, because you've made a decision, but it comes from a very clear perceptive with the Queen of Swords, that you need to start setting some new intentions with this Magician card. You know that the best case scenario is that things are going to turn out well, because you're protecting yourself, because you're not happy with some form, I feel, of relationship going on here. The stumbling block comes a few weeks down the line, I feel, in July, where you're still kind of not... You know that you've got to launch some new ships here with the Magician, but you're still at the stage where you're a little bit confused, I feel. And I think I'm going to say not just choices, but I think I'm going to use the word confused with this Seven of Cups, because I think you're still emotionally invested in the success of a relationship with this Ten of Cups, which is why what you'll experience is the Devil. And the Devil, I think, is your fears. with this energy showing here, and that's because whatever it is that's not working here and here and here is saying, well, what you experience is fear, because you know that there is a finality to a situation in which you're possibly going to start needing to build some new foundations potentially here. If it's a relationship thing, I think that your hopes will be that everything turns out okay. You stay with whoever it is that you're with here, and that maybe if they've got somebody else, could be an air sign, sorry, a fire sign person, doesn't have to be, it could just be another individual, that maybe they'll have the strength to walk away from that person. If it's not a relationship, love relationship, and it's simply, you know, a working situation, whatever it is, the hope will be that everything turns out well with this Four of Wands, and that you'll be able to tap into your strength, your confidence, your self-awareness, which will give you the strength to release this situation here, because there might be something that you don't really want to release, but you know needs to be released here, Scorpio. And therefore the outcome is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is good in the outcome here, because it's saying that you're going to be celebrating. You're going to be feeling really, really happy here. Could be a new partnership maybe with that Three of Cups that comes quickly. And makes you feel more maybe relaxed with that Hanged Man, okay? Could be from a Hanged Man as well, maybe something you haven't heard, something that's not happened for a long while. Could also, I think this is definitely very good in the outcome with the Wheel of Fortune, because you've got celebration as well with this Three of Cups. Possibly could be some news that's come in. Could be from a Hanged Man, something that's been kind of waiting in the wings to come in, for example, because this is something I feel that's being released. Or it could be some new, you know, feeling really happy, maybe some news has come in that's made you feel a lot more relaxed. So it's a really, really good reading. Even though we see in the reading, Scorpio, for some of you guys, there's something here that looks a bit trying. It does for July. It looks a bit nerve-wracking, but I do feel that it turns out for the best for you guys. Let's get your advice card for the month of July 2017. What is the advice you'd like to give to Scorpio for the month of July 2017? What is the advice, angels, that you'd like to give to Scorpio for the month of July 2017? Show me. It says within the next few weeks there will be abundance. So within the next few weeks there's going to be abundance, whether that's an abundance of love, help, support, money, whatever the case might be. It's going to come in for you. But it's saying no, there will be helpful people around you, okay? And there's something better coming along. So it's telling me that I've read that wrong. It's saying within the next few weeks you're going to have an abundance of helpful people, or, you know, the help that you need coming in, because there's something better coming to you, Scorpio, okay? Whatever that case is for you, it's for you. But it's saying the next few weeks is going into July. So whatever the situation is, don't worry about it, because it's going to end up really well for you, I feel. And then it says, yes, there's no need to worry, okay? That's it. That's your reading, my darlings. Have a really good July. I'll be up with your Storyteller Triple Cross reading, okay? Look forward to that, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.